was never really good playing role of the puppet. Too busy being me to be concerned with perception of the public. Everyone is buzzing, but everybody ain't thinking about a budget. I want ownership in something. Niggas get they wings.
Hey, it's your boy Jim CB. Went back with another video for the channel. Man, we gotta talk about this Clipse album. Let God sort them out. So this is the official, my opinion, the official review that I have for the album. And we're gonna go track by track, right? So one of the unexpected coldest album openers, right, is The Birds Don't Sing, right? Now, these gentlemen, you know, with the content they produce in their music over the years, when you hear that title, like, oh, they on their ish as far as, you know, they're on their ish as far as, you know, their normal content, you know, how they came in the game, you know, with some of the drug raps, right? But it's actually a twist. When you hear this track, it's actually a homage to their parents, right? And them explaining, you know, in detailing the way that they went through the grief and how they found out about their parents, right? And I believe Pusha starts with talking about their mom, like, you know, and being her youngest and things like that. And that's one of those things that I personally identify with. So when he opens up with that, it's just like, it hooked me in, right? And then as it goes along, we'll get into the details of some of these lyrics in a minute. Now, in the track, The Birds Don't Sing, Pusha goes, lost in emotion, mama's youngest, trying to navigate life without my compass. Some experience death and feel numbness, but not me. I felt it all and couldn't function. Right? Like, that's where, you know, these lines hit. Seeing you that day, telling you my plans, but I was leaving you that day. It was in God's hands. Ye was at Elon's waiting to get with me on my way to Texas. That's when Virginia hit me. You know, this is him talking about losing his mom and what he was doing. Because when you lose a parent or you lose a loved one, you know exactly where you were, what happened before, and you remember who told you and how you were sitting, the way you were sitting, especially if it's somebody like your mom. You're gonna remember, right? And that's if you 15, 6, 5, or 25, or 35, or 95. You're gonna remember where you were, what happened, how it happened, and who told you when your parent died, man. And that's just what it is, and that's just some of the breakdown. And that's crazy. He said he realized it in the instant. Our last conversation, he was against it. So, you know, that's just you know, malice. I mean, not malice. That's just Pusha's lyrics on that song. But one of the coldest tracks on the album, like opening wise and everything, like this whole entire project is produced by Pharrell. So they locked in with somebody they're comfortable with. So he was gonna get the best, and they were gonna get the best out of whatever. But I seen the interview clip where him and Malice had said that, you know, you had to open they had to open the album like this because they had to get, you know, through it. They had to get it over with, express themselves in that way before they could move on with the rest of the album. And I thought that was dope. Now, Malice verse opens up with, your car was in the driveway. I knew you were home. By the third knock, a chill ran through my bones. The way you miss mama, I guess I should have known. Now, a lot of times when, you know, your partner dies or your soulmate dies, because, you know, they have often stated that their mom and pops wasn't even together. But just to know that, hey, this lady I spent my whole entire life with. We still were friends. We had this wonderful journey together, even though it didn't end the way, in a complete happy ending. We raised our boys together. We rode together on this complete journey, and to know that she's gone, and that I can't pick up that phone and speak to her again, she still has a part of my heart. And sometimes when relationships don't work out, most people think, oh, they hate each other. No, sometimes it's like, hey, you can't do this. I need some peace because it's too much. Um, but I still care and wish you well, and that's the thing. Like, they weren't in a relationship, but they probably still spoke every day. Especially they kept the relationship because of their kids and that journey that they shared. They probably were still best friends. Like, so, you know what I mean? He basically kind of died of a broken heart, right? Like, so, and they say that the when you lose one, the other goes, not too long after. But yeah, it's wild, man. It's wild. Like, even at 30 years, I know my pops. I spoke to him the other day. He still has a picture of my mom in his wallet, like over 30 years, so that he ain't been remarried, man. That's wild work, bro. That's how I go though. He says chivalry isn't dead. You didn't let her go alone. Found you in the kitchen. Inscriptions in your den. So Pusha talks about their pops, and I mean their moms, and um, you know, Malice talks about their pops, man. Great record. I loved it, and that's probably why I'm spending so much time on this one record, because this that one that made automatic impact. It sucks you in, right? If you love your parents and you lost them or anything like that, if you can relate in any way to this song, then it's gonna draw you in for the rest of the album. But the next track, we have Chains and Whips, right? Chains and Whips. This is a topic. This is a track with a lot of controversy behind it. It is the sole reason why the Clipse, one of the reasons why the Clipse had to leave Def Jam, because they weren't on board with their vision, their album, their artistic integrity. Because of the Kendrick Lamar situation, and knowing that Kendrick has had problems with Drake, and so did Pusha. This is lending itself to, hey, we don't want this bad press. We got this lawsuit going, yada yada yada. We know the story behind why they're no longer with Def Jam and they're now with Rock Nation. So getting into Chains and Whips, it's one of those braggy type of records. Just talking fly, right? Uncle said, "In words, you must be sick. All you talk about is just getting rich. Choke my neck. In word, ice on your chick, ice on my chick, right? I mean, I believe this is the hook or whatever, but beat the system with the chains and whips. This is culturally inappropriate, right? The little nuances and things like that in the track, things that make you go, hey, dude said that. You run for the spirit of repossession. Too much enamel covers your necklace. I buy it, but you buy the sections. You buy watches, but I buy collection. Misery, fueling your regression. Jealousy turns to obsession, right? Again, this is a verse, from Push, right? Crush you into pieces. I hum a breath of it. I will close your heaven just for the hell of it. Like, talking about the veterans. This is probably the shot at Jim Jones that everybody speaks of. But yeah, man, dope record. I really love the Kendrick feature. Kendrick goes off, right? He talks about therapy. Help see that he don't give a F. He don't care about none of that. No apologizing, no making up. It is what it is. And sometimes when you go through things, it'll tell you that, hey man, listen, the way that I handle things and the way that I go about things, it may not be normal, but it's helping me see that this is who I am, and I truly don't care what other people think about what I do in my actions, and that's just him feeling like, yo, I'm on man time, right? I don't care how you feel about the things that I've done or decisions I made for me and mine. Those are the decisions that I made for me and mine, and I'm willing to live with it. But Kendrick Spaz doing here, I'll just get into the verse for a second. The Kendrick verse goes, I don't F with the kumbaya-ish. All the talent must be God sent. I send you back to the cosmics. The things I seen under my eyelids. Kaleidoscope dreams, riddle and sirens. Let's be clear, hip hop's dead again. Half my prophets may go to Rakim. How many Judases that let me down? But effort, the West is mine, we right now. Therapy showed me how to open up. It also showed me I don't give a. The 2-time Gemini with the genocide. I'm generous however you want it. I'll be the gentle kind. Gentlemen and gangsters connect the agenda of mine. Moving niggas up out of here. The shit gentrified, right? Heavy jeans like the Genovese I drop. Your Pentagon. Then show up at your gender reveal. Tell them to give me mine. Our son niggas, I'm the general. With my gin and juice. That's just part of the verse. Nasty work. Now on the track POV, right, that features Tyler the Creator, Pusha T comes up with the first verse and says, all I see is 60-day stars and 20-year thousandaires. Not enough shopping. Not enough shopping. A whole lot of browsing there, right? And you know what, this goes on and on. Setting the tone, letting y'all know, hey man, y'all trash out here. My reinvention, I know you thinking, how's that fair? You stream kings, but never fit a crown in there. Supreme team, parallels when powder clears. I seen things that I'm still not proud of. Alright? We just going in. I still see things I'm not even proud to share. You Zeus Network niggas. You hear me loud and clear. Get these 5,500 host niggas out of here. The only Audi is driven by my all pair. Ghostface with the wrist. Bird Falcon there. Willie Falcone, trunk full of, and I mean, just going on and on, going off for real. Like, yeah, people sleep, man. People sleep. People definitely sleep, right? So, I mean, at the end of the day, the hardest verse on this joint, man, I gotta give it to Tyler. He goes off, right? Tyler comes in, Mr. Umbrella. How I weather the storm. You know what I mean? He'll just come and kill it. Like, I mean, he kind of does it. He kind of pulls a Kendrick. Call me Mr. Umbrella, how I weather the storm. F43 milli. I pale like an orange. I got deaf and blind bitches trying to see what it do. Little feature niggas threatening to sue. Tell your lawyer to set the fee. La Ferrari doors open up like a therapy. That number ain't bread to me. That million is crumbs. You niggas is bums. I'm not a tough guy. I'm a flower boy. Them bees get you stung. What, man? Come on. It's crazy. They will buzz for me. Tricky niggas puzzle me. I could never fly a bitch with a Birkin because she fucking me. Man, come on. Tyler goes off, Clipse goes off, and right now it was 3 for 3 on the track list, man. They get it in as clear as day. They not playing. They set the tone automatically. But we've all heard So Be It and Ace Trumpets. We know what's up with that, man. They're the two singles that were released. Ace Trumpets was first, I believe, and So Be It was the second, and So Be It was the track that uh took shots at Travis Scott, um, and Kanye and things like that. We know what's up with those tracks, so no need for extra breakdown. But hey, man, it is what it is. Get to the rest of this review. Track 6, All Things Considered, man. And Dreams on here, Pharrell on here. It's like a dual type of hook. Well, Dream does the outro, but they spitting on here again, man. It's just that thing where you looking at it, right, and you're like, yo, Push starts off with his mom again, and talking about his kids, and how life is just different. He think of different things than these other guys is out here thinking. When he making his projects, when he making his moves throughout the industry, right? And then when Malice comes on, even with him, his verses, he talks about forgiveness and what he's trying to do to make change. And with all the things considered, I'm still trying to better myself, and that seems to be the direction of this record, man. I like it, man. That's 6 for 6 for me, man. But the thing is, it's layered. You got to dive deep into these themes and topics when you listen to these records, man. So the next 2 tracks, one of them being Mike Tyson Blows. She want Mike Tyson Blows for her face, right? It's abbreviated, and it's a 2-minute track behind it that's also abbreviated. Mike Tyson Blows to the face, kind of like that, but the second track, that beat, I just didn't like. But again, high level rapping on both ends for both of the brothers, man. They do not disappoint when it comes to substance and lyrical ability. It's just that track number 8, I was not feeling the beat, and for right now we got about 9 tracks left, and this is what you call a cohesive body of work and an actual album, because a lot of people want to do 29 tracks, 30 tracks, 13 short, concise, and to the point. That's how you build a cohesive project, right? So we about to get into a track of the Stove God Cooks next. They bring back Ab Lava from Glorious Bastards. Pharrell is all over this thing, especially with So Far Ahead. They got a track with Nas on here we got to get into, and then the final track by the grace of God. And I'm happy to see Malice back for this project. I'm gonna just get into these 5 tracks as quickly as possible. I know I have a long drawn out way of doing album reviews, but I feel like if you don't do lyric breakdowns with your album reviews, and you don't do beat changes, beat selection, beat switches, and just the nitty gritty of what a lyrical album is, or album with substance is. Like, I only want to break down albums that I feel need breaking down. Like, 'cause some of the stuff is just so surface level when you get into a lot of albums that there's no need to break them down. It's like straight to the point when we're talking about lyrical ability, the way to put words together, similes, metaphors, double entendre, just meaning and wordplay. You need to break this next track, FICO, is where it gets nasty. So this beat comes in and it's like eerie, but it got these little drums that just hit, right? And Pusha gets in his bag automatically. Like, some dudes get the luck of the draw. For others, life's like a dice roll, and waiting on faith ain't for us. When you young, you realize you can't trust a mouth. Where it go? Over the pipe go. You get what I'm saying? I'm talking about trusting women. They tried but couldn't. Love you enough. Dance music on my neck. And then he gets into the FICO line where he goes, your credit score gotta be like FICO. I'm talking 850 a bus. So you really real power. You really real power when you made niggas balance. When you made niggas balance go up, right? And he talking about, I seen your man, your block as far as your flight go. And then once he finishes his verse, Stove God comes in with a crazy hook and does his thing on there. You know, Fresh Prince jacket. Boy, I cooked them to the inside out. Dropped the roof on you niggas, let the inside out. I heard the feds turn the crib inside out. My shooter turn you inside out. But it's actually backwards. I'm reading it backwards. But that's how the hook kind of go. And then Malice comes in with the last verse and he crushes it, right? Malice says, got a Glock, 27 fit snug in the waistline. Both sticks came with a drum, right? Then he goes 5'6". I was 5'6", shoulder with a chip. What should do? Take my index shank till it's numb. Used to call me Windex cause this thing gonna spray and it changed minds. I had a Hercules run. We was powerlifting 2-2s. Nah, we ain't allowed gang signs. My brick walk was second to none. I would have them take a number like DMV. That was the baseline. Check it out on Register 1. Miami niggas like Big Perm, cause they numbers like Faison. Cuban showed me nothing but love. You know, just going off and talking about his past and their dealings as a hustler. You know, again, at the Malice verse drops, you know, you get Stove God Cooks with the hook again, man. And I wish Stove God would have had a burst on head, but you know how it goes sometimes, right? So on Inglorious Bastards, right? It sounds like I don't know if it's DJ Clue or Ab Lava with the ad libs and narrating when the track comes on. But Pusha got the first verse again. And it's the hey, burn baby burn. It's me in the kitchen. Burn baby burn, right? Catch me in the kitchen where the dope is. What the apron whiter than the Pope is. Right? What the apron whiter than the Pope is. It got the line, this is culturally inappropriate. Spread distribution wide open. Now the smokers call them Moses. Have on bad with the browner and baby roaches. Got your bitch bent over like scoliosis. Watching to your foe with the open. That's the only back and forth that I'm posting, right? And then by the way the anchor's frozen. By the way the sink has been loaded. Caused by the way the thing is really chosen. You know, he's just going on and on, seated in the foreign. Just a glimpse of what your boy holding. Knocking y'all over like toy soldiers. 1 + 4 acres. Like, yo, just going in on his normal talk, but again, bars. Album crazy, right? Definitely crazy. And so that's the base of that track. We got Ab Live, you got Push. You know, this is the Re-Up Gang reunion, so it's doing what it do at this point. Yeah, this next track, man, So Far Ahead. Pharrell comes in on the singing tip. It's something that's part of the song I just don't like, but I get why it's there. It's kind of to like bring you in or whatever. But and I believe that this is the way that the album is set up. Push is starting all the verses, or starting all the songs, and then Malice is finishing it off. So it's basically saying like this, how they're so far ahead, you know, of everybody else. It seems like everybody's behind, right? So when you go into this thing, right? You go into it, right? So far ahead, you dudes behind, right? Behind, right? That's, you know, that's the way the hook, or however it started in the bridge or whatever coming in. You can't see it from where I'm sitting, but this Ferrari lover matching the stitching. So far ahead, niggas are behind. Right? And for me, Push starts swerving through the lane, serving the cane. Still ain't never hit a pothole. If I was Brittany Griner, I'ma need Obama. Only one swap is El Chapo. Furthest from the streets. Monica needs good bitches. Fuck with Roccos. Put them in the cars, hanging out with stars. Now it's hard to tell they 9 holes. The co-defendant claim immunity. It was you and he. How do you not know? Unless he leaving court in a Bentley Sport just to meet you on a yacht though. It's understanding in the art of war. Niggas draw, so we all Picassos. Me being me, respect to P and B, I'll probably never eat at Roscoe's. Million ways to live, million ways to die. Million ways to die, million stuffs inside the auto. Million ways to wash it, million ways to stop it. Pray for me, cause we not though. Best believe I can whip a Christmas. I can whip a Christmas Eve with some work inside a hot stove. So basically, you're just talking, but the bars are there. The level of detail when they put together these words is nasty work. And I'm gonna get into some of this malice burst, right? Niggas tried to sneeze at the blessing. How could you leave? Was the question, right? Whistleblowers left me no choice. Ain't no referees up in heaven, no mistaking me for the Reverend ushering the money, my confession, right? How you pastor with a Rolls Royce? That was me pre 9/11. Look at me post Armageddon walking. With my dog, I'm a legend. I am legend. Walking the dog. Self-explanatory. The grass greener. On each side, I done been both Mason Beffers. Real shit. Real talk, man. Malice eating, yo. He is eating on these verses like nobody's business. So it is confirmed they do have the include on like 2 or 3 tracks in this album, doing the whole mixtape thing. My guess to give it like a old school vibe, but I rock with it. It's tough. And I don't know how it works when you play records on these album reviews. That's the reason I don't want to. So y'all gonna have to deal with a lot of reading, right? Bring on the watches and the chains out. The heat come on De Niro. I got the safe house. This is culturally inappropriate. It's like when that come on, it give you that old school 90s mixtape vibe. It give you that skit in between each track vibe. Like, but this is in between the verses. Like, they did well with how this thing was structured, right? So let me just get there with it, right? And surrounded by niggas with tears that don't drip. That ain't the ghost of the pair to go get. Finally got the courage, but still a whole bitch. The rest of y'all 6 years ago shit. Every move international, that ain't say typical, like baseball, NDR. I know what the sticker do. When we drop you on your shadow. God, man. Like, listen. It covering all bases. This is a joint with Nas on it, man. I'm gonna go ahead and throw some audio in here, play a little bit of it, you know.
That breathe, the depth I see looks so good on you. The carpet wood on you. Close casket, cause I'm only sick and wounds.
Closed caskets, I'm only sick and woods on you. Berlin hot. Berlin at a horsepower, put the hooves on you. Blow a $500,000 Louis B level goods on you. Man, you're wildin', man. He is wildin'. I really want to get into the Nas verse. You know what I'm saying? So when I get there, I'm gonna let y'all know what it do. So Nas gets off on the you know how they switch up the beat at the end, give it a new title to the track. Chandeliers, he goes off. Man, listen. My God said. My God unsaid, right? Let's get down. So wait, let me get in there. Let me get in there. Let me see what the check we said. Chandeliers. This is culturally inappropriate, huh? So what he says is, Nas said single-handedly boosted rap into its truest place. Fuck speaking candidly. I alone did rejuvenate hip-hop into its newest place. Made it cool for Grammy-nominated LPs from previous generation MCs. And the rings, and that rings loud and reverberates. It's not fair to them, I'm thinking I deserve the hate. Bring it. The only thing killing is precious time. Used to clash with Decepticons. I was dumb, deaf, and blind. So cancel me before I unleash the Panther. The pantheon of the family. We some outstanding G's. The difference Man, this nigga got off, yo. Nas got off. There was between regular spitters and bosses. My principle was high. You need a glimpse of satellites. From the satellites to get in the orbit. Tape sabbaticals on avenues. Bring AK on vacays. When we paddle canoes. Follow the lead with Terminator. Isolate Beast of Man of the Year. Knox said rocking them chandeliers. Boy bodied it, man. And the last track on the album, you know, the closing track, you know what I'm saying? Grace of God, the doubles tapping by the grace of God, right? You know what I'm saying? Last track of the album, tapping the double shoulders. He trying to get to know you, the right time to fold you. I'm losing saints and my soldiers. It's all lottie dotty till you looking at the body, smiles. I never see again. We'll never be a we again. Cleaning out your closet, the one you kept your day missing. Hard to breathe again. I'm gonna blame your head, not your heart, till we meet again. Easily could have been one of them. Locked up, never getting to see the sun again. Burning buildings, I kept running in. The allure every time. I flew 100 and co-defendant cave in. And lawyers couldn't save him. All for the love of 580s and a mixed bitch having your baby out of dog strays crazy. Man, I think about this shit daily. When the crew breaks apart, who takes the charge? You face the cards, you lace the squad, more from mason jars. Man, listen. Escape the odds by the grace of God, man. Come on, man. I seen killers and kingpins sing behind the wall. I watched many men die. Cause no one will meet the call. I seen entire empires crumble and fall. Yes, I seen it all as they missed this wall by the grace of God, man. Come on, man. They killing, letting you know the ins and outs of the games. This reminds me of On Reason with Doubt when Jay said you gotta live with regrets. It's not glorifying if you can teach a lesson at the same time when you're telling your story. And if glorification is a part of your story, you glorify things as a youngin' that you would not as a grown man. And a grown man is not a grown man at 40 sometimes. A grown man is a grown man that's 90 in the mind. You understand that? And that's bars for anybody, right? A grown man is not always because you grown at 40 sometimes. You only grown when you 90 in your mind. You wise beyond your years, man. And that's what they displaying on here. Album crazy. A lot of bars. A lot of dope features. Features that made sense from Tyler the Creator to Kendrick Lamar to Esco. Stove God Cooks. Right? Pharrell the Dream. Pharrell was all over this thing on the production. Production wasn't perfect. You know, I could have lived without 2 of those beats, but it's Pharrell we talking about, man. Listen. You know, if it's 11 out of 13 on the production side, you still give the production an 8.5 or a 9. You know what I'm saying? As far as lyrics, bars, song structure, lessons, teachings, and things like that, when we give this album, we will give it, right? Now, I don't know, rated to 1 to 10 or 1 to 5, right? If I was gonna do it rated star system 1 to 5, I would rate it a 4 point or 4.0 or 4.5 if I'm doing the 1 to 5 scale. If I'm doing a 1 to 8, I would do a 8.5. You know what I mean? Or 8, right? I seen that Pitchfork rated this thing 6.5 out of 10. I don't got that, right? Because we're not looking for a hit, right? We're not looking for, oh, so automatic hit. We got a single. We're not looking for that. From when we hit Clipse, we're looking for bars, song structure, dense lyricism. We're looking for solid production, and we're looking for them to talk the way that they talk. We're not looking for all the extra bells and whistles that they don't need, right? The lyricism and the bar sells itself sometimes with these albums, and they went in, right? Especially Malice. You would think that since Malice has taken somewhat of a hiatus, a vacay from rapping and the music, or whatever like that, you would think that it would stall his growth. Somewhere on this, on some of these tracks, he kind of out rap Pusha T, who hasn't stopped since the day he started. He didn't take a break, right? So it just lets you know that Malice might have been cooking, but I used to say this all the times with the Clipse album. Sometimes Push got the best verses, sometimes Malice do. It depends on where they are in their mind and where they are in their life. Malice always been cold, yo. Dead nice. We just haven't heard or seen him in a while. So shout out to Pusha, shout out to Malice, shout out to Pharrell. Great project. I applaud you. I appreciate you, gentlemen. And keep the bars alive for the next generation of hip hop. Peace.